Well, this is the last day of winter. And winter gardening is almost over. But we just received a frost. So decided to take that time to burn some branches. Lots and lots of branches. So that's some stuff to keep me busy while it's kind of cool. But I also wanted to do a last tour of winter gardening. I've been working a lot on compost. So that has really cut into my garden space. So I've gotten so desperate, I'm actually planting my plants on the compost pile. These are winter greens. They didn't really grow that good when I planted them from seed. For some reason, I've had a lot of luck with these winter greens this year, but those didn't do so well. Kumquat in the back. Collard I moved from another garden. This is doing really good over here. Very well. Look at them. Pretty nice. Some roses. My wife is protecting from deer. Yes, deer eat roses. Here's a poinsettia I planted. It got killed by the freeze last night. Not completely dead, but it was looking good. All that wilted was nice red leaf like the one here on the right. It can come back, but man, it's not gonna. I guess I planted it out here too early. We've had a very warm winter. All February was warm weather. Now here it is the end of March and we're getting frost. But I planted a bunch of mustard on this compost pile too. I know, it's kind of weird. My wife was comparing it to terrorists on a rice paddy. I thought that was funny. And here is another part of my winter gardening that's doing the best of all of the stuff I've been growing. My raised garden mustards. They have been getting hit pretty bad by the bugs, as you can see. A lot of those are beetle are eating them. And I have some collard and somehow a turnip got in here. I didn't realize I even had a turnip, but I did. I have a turnip. Right. Hard to see it, so dark, but there it is. Turnip. And the green mustard. And they're flowering. So I'll let them turn to mustard seed. And this compost is just going to have to break down a lot more I'll try to keep the weeds out of it like I need to do over here. I'll be working on this pile, just getting the weeds out of it, because they'll just steal the nutrients. I'll turn those weeds into compost. But you can see my Mizuna here, turning to flower. They're nice. I like them when they turn to flower, they're pretty. Here's my wife's persimmon. It was damaged by the freeze last night. It's a tree she's been working hard on, and she's been so happy to see it. It was sprouting nice, had so many nice pretty green leaves. It was turning into a beautiful tree. It's had a setback, but her garden over here is doing pretty well. She had some beans. They are severely damaged, probably dead from the freeze. My son has some radishes over there. And here's my wife's Swiss chard. So they're growing pretty well. Here we have a angel trumpet. Was damaged by the cold. And behind it, a fig. So yeah, old man winter reared his head here in the panhandle of Florida, and the weather's been fooling the plants, they making them think it's good to grow, and nope, not yet. It's too early. More damage due to the frost. These are fig trees. They were coming along decent, getting some new leaves. The banana had a lot of new growth on it too. And you know banana hate cold. So, more frost damage from just last night. And here's some Swiss chard. They're doing okay, but this compost is just not broke down enough. And the process of composting is tough on the plants. They need it completely compost, completely dirt, so they can grow good. And this is just too much fresh compost. These plants here next to them, I actually planted those directly into the soil. And you can see they're doing so much better. Here's a garden I'm doing a lot of work in, clearing weeds out of it and mixing some compost into it. I planted some bean seedlings in the compost, and that wasn't a great idea. They haven't been growing very well, and now this frost has pretty much killed them. For some reason there's one that made it. I don't know why. See, all the others are dead. Just one. For some reason it wasn't affected. Getting some new leaves on these mustard. There's a thyme. Some mints. Different types of mints. They are all cold resistant. All although if it gets too cold that can freeze them. Yes, that's a cabbage I'm still going to be harvesting. I'm leaving it here to harvest it pretty soon. They've been very good. Some more beans over here that I foolishly tried planting them on the compost pile, just seeing what would happen, and it wasn't great. They weren't growing very well, and now this frost has pretty much killed them, so experimentation fail. But I'll just try something else. Work on that soil some more, getting roots out of there, spreading the compost around. Try some other stuff. Maybe some more beans. I have more bean seeds, so. But that's this garden. Here is a passion flower that was coming back. Came back too soon. Frost got it. My wife also had some bitter melon plants that just grow back on their own every year. Had a whole bunch of them here, and they all are going to be dead from this frost. But here you'll see some strawberries I transplanted are looking very good. You can see a lot of white strawberries on them. The plants are looking healthy. I put this fencing up to protect them from the deer. But they are getting a lot of strawberries. And that's going to wrap it up on this winter garden tour. At the end of the winter, so any other garden tours I do will not be winter garden tours. And they're not going to really be spring garden tours or summer garden tours, because you don't really call it summer gardening or spring gardening. You just call it gardening. Winter gardening is unique because a lot of folks don't realize you can garden in the winter. And we really do have a winter here in Florida. I mean, this is evidence. You see the wilted plants that got hit by the freeze? It freezes. Some winters are better than others. Last winter was much more mild. This has been a mild winter though. But it started off tough and it ended tough. That's why we don't have a nice looking lemon tree here anymore. Right before Christmas, really bad frost, wiped it out, killed all the lemon I had on it. We weren't able to eat hardly any lemon. Use them from compost, and same thing with this grapefruit tree. Lost all the grapefruit due to that freeze right before Christmas. And they're coming back, they're trying, but they're not going to give us fruit. We have a tangerine in the back, and it got hurt even worse. We had gotten nice tangerine. We did eat all the tangerine off of that tree. But we won't be getting any off it this year. So you take what you can get. We do have winters here, and I like doing the winter gardening. So I appreciate everybody who's watched any of my videos. during this winter gardening series and all the support I've received, and I appreciate it. And I'll look forward to doing more videos and seeing you down the road. Thanks again. Happy gardening. Take care. Talk to you later. Signing off for now.